Welcome to County Line, a public policy program on issues affecting South Florida. And now the host of County Line, Frank Locanto.
And welcome once again to this edition of County Line. The annual Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival is with us once again. As usual, films from all over the world will be showcased right here in our own backyard in South Florida. It's a beautiful thing. We have with us three guests who know the word international very well. One is a noted film festival founder and president, CEO, who travels the world finding these great film treasures. Another is a noted composer, singer, award winner, and international star. And my third guest is a producer, recording engineer, and a great Beatles fan, by the way. And I want to welcome all of you to our program.
Thank you.
Our first guest here now is Igor Nikolaev. Igor is a #1 star in the Russian-speaking world, which is encompasses half the world, I guess, nowadays. But he's from Moscow. He's a great singer-songwriter, and I'm glad to have you with us. You spend some of your time here in South Florida, don't you?
Oh yeah, but firstly I'd like to say something in Russian, like hello.
Please.
Привет, американцы, и привет, Frank. So
Excellent.
would you try to translate what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I have your second guest here, who's
Right.
Konstantin Uzelenko, who's also happens to be in the interest of what do they call that when you want to tell people that you're not hiding anything from them. We know each other very well because he's the engineer at our recording studio. But Konstantin, what did he say?
He said, "Hi, Americans," and "Hello, Frank."
Oh, excellent. Well, that sounded pretty good.
It was so easy.
It was easy. And our third guest we mentioned on our introduction is the president and CEO of this great film festival, and we're glad to have him, Gregory Von Hosch. And Gregory, welcome.
Thanks, Frank. It seems like old times with you and me. We go a couple decades back at least.
It is. Really, you talk about it, and it is a couple of decades when we served on the Florida Film Commission, and we're trying to be helpful to you and bringing money back to your festival from the state. How is funding these days, by the way?
Well, it's a mess, not only for our festival, but all of the arts throughout not only Florida, but the nation.
Yeah.
There seems to be the easiest thing for the legislators to cut. And it's a shame because it's going to be reflective in our society a generation from now if kids are deprived of music, of the arts, theater, film. If they don't make that investment now, it's really going to come back and haunt people later, because it's not just a quality of life, it's really getting the most out of your quality of life. So I'm really distressed with it.
I know, and you have such a passion for this industry. Of course, your film festival starts tonight as we're taping.
What am I doing here?
Well, I know you've got a busy, and you must have hundreds of volunteers out there getting ready for your big opening tonight, but I want to talk a lot about the festival. But get back to Igor for a minute. Igor, I have told folks that my good friend Igor Nikolaev is as big as, I don't want to embarrass you, but as big as Paul McCartney is in Russia, because you've had so many #1 songs as a songwriter too. How did you begin writing songs as a young boy?
Oh yeah, our planet is so small.
Yeah.
And now I know it, but I didn't know it before.
Right.
Because I was born on Far East on the Sakhalin Island. It's very near to Japan.
Oh, really?
It's it's kind of one archipelago. Kuril Islands, Sakhalin Island, and then Japan Islands.
Chain of islands, the same chain of
Yeah.
Can Sarah Palin see that from her house?
You know Sarah Palin? She said she could see Russia from her
Alaska.
backyard.
Really?
Yes.
Could
Maybe.
Could
She
be.
could be looking.
Well, anyway, it's so big distance from Sakhalin Island to Moscow first.
Big distance.
Yes, and I did it, and then the same distance from Moscow to New York, and I did it too. And from New York to Miami, it's not so far.
No, not far.
So
at all.
I'm almost across the universe.
Yeah.
And now what I'm thinking for a moment, that our planet and our life is so short, our planet is so small.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here in the middle of Florida, talking and spending a time together. This is the most biggest treasure of life.
It's the moment, right?
This is
Living
the
in
moment. And
right.
on one of my CDs, which few songs I recorded on your studio.
Thank you.
And it's time to give you this CD.
Oh, well, thank
finally,
you very,
and for
very
you too.
much.
Thank you.
And for you too.
Thank you
And
His
very much.
latest CD, I'll hold it up here, and maybe Pedro can get a shot of it. But beautiful, thank you very much.
And thank you for your studio. It was so pleasure to record the songs on your studio.
Well, isn't that nice?
Very creative atmosphere there.
Well,
So-
thank you very much, Igor. That's nice. I appreciate that, Gregory, getting a nice plug
getting a
from
little gift,
Igor
too.
for our studio. But I want to go back to, as a young boy, did you start writing? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I started to write kind of classical, serious music, and
Oh, I
I
see.
studied in Moscow Conservatoire Tchaikovsky
Okay.
under the name of Tchaikovsky, and then at the same time, I liked to hear and play pop songs,
Yes.
Mostly, I liked music of kind of art rock. If you know Emerson, Lake and Palmer stuff.
Oh, sure, of course.
I liked it so much, and finally, a year ago, I met with Keith Emerson in
Right.
Moscow. So it one more circle in my life. It just,
Yeah.
I did it. So, songs it's a kind of romance
It is.
of if you know romances of Tchaikovsky or somebody else's from 19th century.
Okay.
Our pop songs, it's a romance of 20th century
There you
or
go.
21st century. So it's very, very short distance between, the main point, music must be good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what kind of music, because I've heard a lot of awful, worse symphonies and untalented operas or
Right.
ugly ballets.
From writers from all over the world.
Right,
It
right.
isn't only here or
The
Russia.
same thing
Yeah.
about songs too.
Sure.
Song
Good and bad.
can be bad, can be good, can
Yeah.
be genius.
That's right, yeah.
So to me, music is music.
Yeah.
This is it.
Great. Well, we're glad to have you now. Constantine, in the introduction, I said that you're a producer and you're a recording engineer with us,
Yeah,
too.
he's simply the best.
He is the best. You're
Yeah,
right.
Thank you.
He's talented and he knows what I want to trying
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
because he's Russian speaking guy.
Right. See, that's an important thing, too, isn't it, in the process of recording, Gregory? The engineer has to know what the producer or the creator of the music wants to achieve and to be able to do that. But Constantine, I want you to toot a little whistle because he'd be too embarrassed to say it, but tell us about some of the awards that Igor has attained. They're comparable to our Emmys there, are they?
There is
Grammys?
yes, that's right. Because what happens every year, there is like a sort of like a Grammy award that
Yeah.
happens in Russia. It used to be called Ovation,
Ovation?
and like on a Grammy you have that little gramophone thing,
Sure,
right?
right.
And then on Ovation you have two hands making a clap,
Oh,
sort of
okay.
like
we
an
have
ovation.
an analog of Grammy.
It's,
called Golden Grammy.
Golden Grammy.
Golden Grammy.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's very similar.
Very
And
similar.
the thing is, the same Grammy on the top of the prize. So I have some.
Well, he has some of those,
great.
and personally, I've seen him like on the shelf. Like I've seen him in
Yeah,
his house.
great.
So it's just like a.
Well, now